You're live.
Madam Mayor, it's 4:36 and we're live.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this Tuesday, March 16th, special City Commission meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Mayor Pam Triolo.
Here.
Vice Mayor Andy Amoroso. He's absent. Commissioner Scott Maxwell.
Here.
Commissioner Carla Bloxon.
Here.
Commissioner Herman Robinson.
Here.
Thank you.
If everyone would please rise for the pledge. I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's move right on. Resolution number 07-2021, certifying the results of the March 9th, 2021 municipal general election. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any public comment cards?
No, Madam Mayor.
Seeing there are none, any comments?
Comment.
Vice Mayor Pro Tem?
Are we going to have a roll call on this vote? Or what?
Sure.
Okay. I just want to make a brief statement, Madam Mayor, if I might.
Okay.
I just submitted a letter, if you will, memo to the city clerk's office and had a date stamped into the record for tonight's meeting. The letter reads as follows. Yesterday, March 15th, I requested the complete voter data results of last Tuesday's municipal election, supervisor elections, Wendy Link, in preparation for tonight's certification meeting. She informed me that the complete and official data will not be available for several days or possibly even weeks after next week's runoff election. Preliminary analysis of the incomplete data from last Tuesday's election has revealed some key data points which at this time appear to be anomalous, especially when compared to the baseline historical data. Until the complete official election results have been provided to me for complete review, I'm unable to offer my certification of last Tuesday's municipal election. I respectfully ask that this letter be entered into the official record of tonight's meeting.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing there now, we've got a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor state so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries 3-1. We're going to move on. Comments from the outgoing mayor and city commissioners. I guess I'm up first. I'm going to take this. If anyone of you saw my Facebook page, I hope you saw this message. It's been changed a little bit, but I wanted to share it with everyone here at our meeting. I want to thank all the people throughout almost 10 years of my life. It's not easy. It's been a long time. And there's been some fabulous things that have happened through the course of this time and great friendships made and a lot of business getting done. Along with thanking my supporters, I want to, just state to everybody, I'm not pleased with how things went. It's not the perfect scenario for me. It's not what we wanted to my supporters, but we all worked very hard together because we know the kind of Lake Worth Beach that we all deserve. And I'm so very proud to call all of them my friends. So thank you very much. My husband, Michael, we are so very grateful for all the support and passion that all of the supporters to this election cycle brought to the table, and your hard work and loyalty, everyone, will never be forgotten. No tears as we embark on this next journey. We have so much to be proud of. I want to thank everyone for making me the third female mayor in the city's 100+ year history and the longest consecutive term mayor with 4 terms. So check that to all those newspapers that keep saying 3 terms. No, it's been 4 terms. I say that not to brag, but to thank you, as the consistency and leadership is what has helped us to grow, make Lake Worth Beach a safer city with better infrastructure, lower utilities, new investment, a diversified tax base, more opportunities, and hopefully more amenities if some of our projects stay on track. And we did it all without sacrificing our small town charm or what we are at the core. To our new electeds, local mayors and politicians have a very special duty as electeds. They need to put the needs of all of their constituents first. not just the ones that agree with them. They need to be accountable at all times, from their homes, at the supermarket, and even out to dinner with their significant others. And they need to work to forge relationships with our neighboring cities and towns, not suing them. They need to work with staff to give guidance and support, not to reprimand, berate, or belittle. We have come so very far from being a city that runs its government like a high school bid for president of the class. These jobs up here require real work, real expertise, and a lot of time and commitment if you expect to continue to move things forward. Please, new electeds, continue to work with FAU to lobby for Gulf Stream current energy right off our beach. It's not just good for us, but for our county, state, country, and the world. Keep our promise that makes Lake Worth Beach have the lowest carbon footprint in the state in just 2 years by 2023. Please work with the Gulf Stream hotel owners to secure their investment and break ground within the next few months as they've promised me. Along with bringing in the tourism our downtown needs to survive, it will provide so many jobs at every level of education and salary. As a resident and a business owner in the city of Lake Worth Beach, I, along with the other residents, are your boss now, and I will be watching. To all my Lake Worth Beach team, my staff, I can't imagine having been on this journey without you. We learned so much together, and I'm so honored for your help and friendship over the last decade. All right, guys, I hope that doesn't stop now that I'm leaving, because I know where y'all live. I leave my post with a sense of pride and fulfillment, as I have kept every promise that I made to you back in November of 2011, and then some. And I did it all with heart. Thank you again, everyone, for your friendship and support. This has been a decade of my life I will never forget, and maybe someday memorialize in a book, so watch out. I love you, Lake Worth Beach. Now it's time to turn in my pumps for flip-flops. I'll see you this week downtown at Publix, or maybe even in my front yard. And please do me a favor, smile. Life is a great and wonderful journey, and I've loved the ride. Love, your Mayor Pam. Has the Vice Mayor joined us?
He has not, Madam Mayor.
Vice Mayor Pro Tem, did you have any?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First of all, I don't know how you can possibly expect me to follow those nice words you offered. Frankly, I think you were reading from my notes, because much of what you said, certainly I want to echo in my comments, but I will cut my original presentation was about 28 to 32 minutes, but I'm going to cut it down to just a few minutes if I possibly can. So let me begin by issuing and sending out a lot of thanks to a lot of folks. First, I want to start with the many, many supporters and the donors that have supported my campaigns over the years, who have been very generous with their time and their treasure and their talent, who believed in Lake Worth Beach the way I believed in Lake Worth Beach. It wasn't easy. In fact, at times it was downright hard, and it got ugly sometimes. But we persevered, and we did a great job. We've been here for, the mayor's been here for 4 terms. I've got 6 terms. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. And I'm very proud of the work that this commission majority has done over particularly the last 5 or 6 years, because you have to understand that when we came together as a team, as a majority, there were so many broken things in this city. Everything from the staff and how the staff interacted with each other, to policies and procedures and protocols for the city. There were just so many broken things that needed to be put back together. And it took a few years just simply to put some of those basic things together that most municipalities take for granted. So these last 5 or 6 years have been, the years of actually showing some physical results. I wish they were more flashy results. I wish they were splashier results, but unfortunately there were results that needed to be made as a result of benign neglect in this community for so many generations prior to us coming together as a team. By that, I'm talking about infrastructure, roads, sidewalks, parks, city facilities, everything that this city owned in terms of real estate or assets had been neglected at one level or another. And over these years, we've at least tried to identify what those needs are for all of those assets. And we've got them all queued up, so to speak. And we know where to go with to start fixing some of these things or replacing some of these things. So again, to my supporters, to my contributors, thank you so much. The second group of people I want to talk about tonight would be the actual team that I worked with over the last 10 years. That would be Mayor Torello and Commissioner Andy Amoroso. When I came back to the commission in 2009, things weren't looking so good. I was a lonely voice up here, 1 out of 4 voices. I couldn't get this commission to agree what time it was if I were to ask it any given day. If I asked them what time it was, they tell me it was Tuesday. If I asked the city manager for information, she wasn't available. But we managed to change the composition of this commission, and we started working together as a team. And this team brought together, in my mind's eye, one of the best city managers I've ever had the pleasure of knowing or being aware of or working with in Mike Bornstein. And I can't thank him enough for his hard work, his commitment, his courage, if you will, to jump into the situation he did here in the city of Lake Worth Beach. He and I had made long conversations prior to him accepting this position. And I said, you realize that if you give up your good job there and where he came from, that the change in this commission could be the end of your career here in Lake Worth Beach. But I made a commitment to him that I would make sure that didn't happen for as long as possible. And I think we did a pretty good job of doing that. So, Mike, thank you so very much. To your staff, current and past, thank you all very, very much. I wish you all could be here tonight. I really wish we could have under, the pandemic and other circumstances, but I wish you were all here so I could shake your hands and thank you so much for what you've given this city over the last several years. And I'm talking not just executive level staff, I'm talking mid-managers, I'm talking all the way down to Larry. And we all know who Larry is. Okay, our line level employees that are out on the street every day that have a big smile on their face and a great attitude, and they're very, very friendly. And we're very blessed to have people like Larry. I'd also like to, before I forget, thank my wife, Paula. She's been just shy of being a saint, I guess. I told her to get her hair fixed up because they're going to be taking her portrait for sainthood. But she's put up with a lot over these years of me not being home for meetings and community activities or whatever. And she stood there by my side the entire time. And I cannot thank her enough for the sacrifice that she made and that my family made to allow me to do this. I'd also like to talk a little bit about the residents, because believe it or not, it's the citizens and the residents of this city that made this all possible. You created this team that created these results. You rolled up your sleeves and you believed in us. You trusted us. And you gave us the opportunity to do good for you. And I believe that we have done that. I hope that you believe that too. So thank you to the citizens of Lake Worth Beach. Also, I'd like to thank the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Service for providing, in my mind's eye, the most professional, exemplary level of service that any municipality could possibly ask for or expect. And I want you to know, both agencies, that I will always have your back. I will always be your #1 supporter, and I will always be there if you need something. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about our accomplishments. I touched on a little bit earlier. We put the team together with Pam and Andy, myself, and we had some struggles, but our goal was very simple. And working with our city manager, we wanted to create an environment in this city that was much different, far different than an environment that ever existed in the city before. You may have heard me talk in the past, I'm sure you have, about when I first came to Palm Beach County on a permanent basis and was looking for a place to live. The first three things that people told me were to stay away from Lake Worth, to avoid Lake Worth. Don't ever, ever think about going to Lake Worth. Well, as the story would end or continue, I ended up buying a home in the city of Lake Worth. I didn't realize it was in the city when I bought it. Didn't know until I got to the closing table. I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? But you know something? It's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life, because I got to meet a lot of great people. I got to hear a lot of good history about this community, where it came from, and where where it aspired to go. And I was very pleased to try to step in and serve on that level. So we tried to create an environment to change those legacy issues, if you will. The one thing that I want to take away from my experience here on the commission, and I want to share with everybody, is not too many people are saying those things anymore. They're not saying stay away, stay away, stay away. I'd like to see that we keep it that way. And I'm asking and imploring the new city commission to work with what's already been put in place, work with our staff, continue to grow and expand on the positive things we've done. And please don't position us to take a step back. As far as our accomplishments are concerned, I too have used the term, and maybe it's a little overused, but I don't think so in this case, promises made, promises kept. When I ran for the commission the first time, my platform was essentially infrastructure, utility rates, code enforcement, economic diversity and development. I can look any of you in the face. I can look any resident in the face. I can look anybody from the outside of the city in the face and tell you that all those things have been addressed. Starting with electric utilities. They said, oh my God, you can't do anything with the electric utilities. You'll never be. We did. We went from having some of the highest utility rates, electric utility rates in the state, possibly the country, to now we're very close to being at par with FP&L. And if you believe their marketing, they claim to have some of the lowest electric rates in the United States, which by default means that the city of Lake Worth Beach now enjoys some of the lowest electric rates in the United States. And I'm very proud of that. I do not want to think that maybe 6 months down the road or a year down the road that we reverse course and we start jacking those rates up again because we need money for this or we need money for that. That's not what our utility function is designed to do. If you need money, if you want to invest, if you want to grow the community, you want to do projects or whatever, then you build our tax base. You build our neighborhoods. You support our neighbors. You do the things that are necessary that aren't very glamorous to bring our property values up. So everybody that owns property in the city is contributing a little bit into the pot, contrary to where it was 15 years ago when maybe a third of the city or half of the city maybe was putting money in and a lot of properties didn't contribute at all. Lake Worth Beach is a great city. It will always be a great city because it has great people. And finally, I just want everybody to know, for those of you who I've worked with over the years, constituents who've had constituent issues or whatever the case may be, there may be some outstanding issues that I was working on in the recent weeks or whatever. Please don't feel like you cannot continue to dialogue with me to try to get those issues resolved. I will be here for you at all times, no matter what happens, 24/7, just like I was before. I'm not going anywhere. I'm available. I'm a part, I'd like to believe I'm a part of the fabric of this city of Lake Worth Beach. I'm proud to be a resident. I'm proud to call it home. And I wish everybody the best of luck, and God bless you all. And God bless the city of Lake Worth Beach. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Thank you very much. Beautiful words. All right, folks. Well, thank you to Glenn and Christy and the whole team. I can't even look at you. Don't even. 12 years, 12 years, 10 years is a long time. 12 is even longer. We've become family. I tell you, you couldn't pick three people more different than me, Scott, and Andy, that's for sure. And somehow we came together with all of our different beliefs for the betterment of this community and this city. And thank you, Juan. and all the staff that we work with on a day-to-day basis. I will forever be grateful for your friendship. And that's that. I'm going to do this for the final time. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor state so by saying aye.
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 Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Wear your mask.